Okay, so this is going to be the bleed build that I used to beat Elden Ring in just a couple of hours, which was less than a day of just casual playing and taking breaks in between. So the first weapon I was using was obviously the Rivers of Blood Katana, which comes with the Corpse Piler skill. Now this skill is very good because it makes a blood slash in the air, which combines together very fast, as you can see there, and it applies the bleed effect very quickly to bosses, and the slashes alone do a lot of damage, so you don't even have to worry about needing to get all of those off to get a lot of damage. Now this skill also has a bit of range to it, so as you can see, he could not hit me there, but I was able to hit him. Now the next weapon I was using was the Reduvia Dagger, which comes with the Reduvia Bloodblade skill, and this is because it gives you just a little bit of extra range, and it also applies the bleed effect very quickly. It was good for smaller enemies as well because most of them were about 2 or 3 hits to kill, and as you can see here, it does a lot of damage to bosses, especially if you can get 2 to 3 off. Now the next weapon I used was the Blood Uchi Katana with the Seppuku Ash of War. I don't know if this is the best katana, but that really didn't matter to me because the only time I was using the light skill, which uses both the Rivers of Blood and the Uchi Katana, were when I was fighting smaller enemies, or if I just wanted to switch it up and kill and finish the boss battle with a nice little combo attack. But most of the time I just used the Rivers of Blood skill because it is way better. The next item you want is the White Mask because this increases your attack power when there is blood loss in the vicinity, and obviously since this is a blood build, there's always going to be blood loss in the vicinity when you are fighting enemies, so it's an essential item to have on your character. Now if anyone cares, this is the armor that I was wearing just to kind of match the set that I was using because I was forced to use the White Mask, so I went with like a silver white build, and I think that was actually pretty cool with the contrast of it being a blood build. Obviously you don't want to wear white when there's blood. So for talismans, I use the Lord of Blood's Exaltation because it increases your attack power basically whenever you are fighting. Then I use the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman, which there may be a better one to use, but I couldn't find any. Then I use the Shard of Alexander, which increases the attack power of skills, and obviously the slash with the Rivers of Blood Katana is a skill, and so is the Reduvia Bloodblade on the Reduvia Dagger. So 2 of basically your main weapons are going to be doing more damage with that. Next, I use the Rotten Winged Sword Insignia, which raises attack power with successive attacks. Obviously, if you are running a 2-handed build, you are going to be doing a lot of damage with successive attacks because you're swinging 2 weapons, and even with the Rivers of Blood skill, it lets off a bunch of slashes basically in one go, and it will just stack with this talisman. So another important thing to look out for would be what you put your skills in. So if you look to the right of the screen, obviously I am very over leveled, but the main idea around this build is you want to pump points into the arcane section. This is because with a higher arcane level, you are going to get the bleed effect a lot more often, which does thousands of damage, so you want that as much as possible. Now the only reason I have it at 70 and not 99 is because it drops off at around 60 or 70, so if you do not have as much points as I do, you can keep it around 60, and if you really don't have like at all as many points as I do, you can cut back on vigor, endurance, and strength. Those are the 3 that I just pumped extra into because I had the extra points, but you want to make sure to have a high dexterity and a high arcane because those are the 2 skills that rank with your weapons, so your weapons will be stronger with those 2 skills. So if you like videos like these, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you do not miss a video in the future. See ya.